say hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our day.
Welcome to our day.
Good boy.
Welcome to our day. Rock and roll.
That was the best.
The housing association's electricians are going to be knocking on the door any minute to come and safety check all the electric, and I'm freaking out. I'm not okay with it, and I'm pretty sure that's them, so I better go. The electrician has just left. When they rung up and they cancelled the other day, Charlie asked them like what they needed access to, and they said that they just needed access to like the switchboard and a couple plug sockets, and that would be fine. And as you guys know, our house is a mess. And we know it's a mess, and we struggle with it, which you guys know. And the past like week or whatever, I've been trying really hard to sort of like sort stuff out. And he was really nice. He was really lovely. But he had to go upstairs and go into the bathroom, which I put some of the stuff that was on the landing into the bathroom because I didn't think that he would need to go in the bathroom. But he needed to because he had to check the shower. But I put some of the stuff from the landing there so that he could get to one of the plugs in the spare bedroom. That was like right on the landing. And the spare bedroom's still a mess because we've not managed to completely sort that out yet. And he also had to pull out the cooker, which he then came in and told me that he pulled out the cooker, but he wasn't going to be able to put it back because a lot of rubbish just sort of fell out when he pulled it out, which, I mean, I'm not surprised about, but I just feel really shit because I know that these things are a problem, and especially seeing as like I've been working my ass off for the past week, and it's been really hard work and really tiring. And I know for everybody that says it and has said it and will continue to say it, I know that if I do small bits every day, it'll get done. And I know that once it's done, if I continue to do small bits every day, it'll stay done. But it's not as easy as that. And I can't explain it to people who haven't been in, who don't understand. I don't know how else to explain it, that it's not easy. And it's hard to the point that you kind of just want to sit here and cry. Like, I legitimately, the whole time I was here, I was playing on my phone and trying not to cry because I'm so mortified at just how awful everything is. And then, like, I didn't clean the downstairs loo because I didn't think that he would be going in there because there's no electricity in there. So like, it's just not clean. And just before he left, he was like, "Can I use your loo before I leave?" And because I was panicking and because I was about to cry, I was just like, "Sure." I said it so quietly, I'm surprised that even he heard me, but he went to the toilet in there and it's a fucking mess in there. And I am literally, I just don't, like, I'm so pissed off. I'm like pissed off at myself because I hate I've let it get to this, and I hate that it's so hard to do and to sort, and it shouldn't be. Nobody else struggles with this stuff. Like, everybody else can clean the fucking house. But I wish it wasn't like this, and I just don't know. Like, I've been trying really hard, and it's still a mess. It just... and like now, because I'm like on the verge of crying, I'm just like, well, now I don't want to do anything because I feel shit and I just want to sit and wallow. But I know that that's not good, and if I start doing that again, then everything's just going to go back downhill and it's going to get worse again, even though it's not even really any better than it was when it started. I just... if I don't laugh, I'm just literally just gonna cry. So, but anyway, electricity's sorted and it's all safe. Yeah, so I'm gonna go before I cry again.
So, we're getting really pissed off with our neighbours. They've been fine, intermittently, and they slam their doors, slam their windows, seem to have, like, banging rages for, like, no reason. And today has just been annoying with them. It is constant. It's literally like they are stood next to the wall, literally just thumping the wall. It's that bad. And it's getting stressful. I've shouted to stop banging, but it's done nothing. They're still doing it. Like, our last neighbours used to bang. It's going again. They used to bang and it would be annoying. But this is just like persistent, like they're thumping on the wall. And it's getting to me today. I think it's not helped the fact that I was doing some resin with some dandelions and Alba won't stop jumping on the bed and it's destroyed it. But they're getting wound up by next door banging, and yeah, it's annoying because we haven't got much resin left currently and we're not sure what's happening with my budget. Obviously when people buy things it's easy because obviously it turns it around. The money that people buy with the stuff we make, it allows us to then buy more so that it can keep our mental health going. But obviously at the moment we're not having a big enough turnaround to be able to afford the cost of what the big resin costs. So at the moment everything we sell, the money's coming in and we having to put it to the side until we get enough to be able to purchase more. So we don't have a massive amount. And potentially Alba ruined this whole dandelion thing, which working with dandelion and resin is really difficult. And then when they're getting wound up with next door banging constantly, it's just so frustrating. And there's just no need for the banging. Like, our houses, yes, we're joint, but we're on a split level. So our living room is basically the same level as the ceiling of their living room. So, like, they're here and we're up here. So our front door basically is in line with the top of their front door. We're not parallel. So we shouldn't be able to hear as much from them. There's 2 people living there, a dad and his teenage daughter. And they seem to be creating more noise than when there was a family of 2 little girls, the mum and the stepdad, and 2 dogs. And I don't know how it's possible. But it's really pissing us off. And making things really stressful. Any suggestions on help of how we can stop this? Because I don't think we can cope with it much more. So remember Dixie yesterday? Now there's an Alba. Dun dun dun. And I've done more to this. I've now got a sky and a rose brush. And it's purple because it's like Mum and Chris's colours. And then we're going to be putting some other stuff. I say we. I'm going to be putting some other stuff. There's like a picket fence because that was what we were going to be doing in our garden. The hills because of Cornwall. And like we're surrounded by countryside. I'll probably put in some forget-me-nots if I can draw.
Do so not, you can draw everything else.
Shh. That was rude.
That took a really long time to get there.
My charger was stuck. It wouldn't come off.
It really wouldn't. And she was like, ah.
The face behind the camera.
It was great. I wish they'd seen it.
We have got Siv's parents coming tomorrow. They're going to give us a hand with sorting out downstairs a little bit more.
As you guys know from what I said earlier.
I didn't realise you've done clips as well. Obviously, Sophie and I have discussed it for 18 months now about getting help. But we can't do it until the pandemic's over. Well, not over because COVID's always going to be here now. By when it gets a little bit better. But we can't risk our health. And I know, obviously, having an untidy house and things like that is health problems and everything as well. But compared to COVID, not, yeah. But we've had our vaccine. So his parents had their vaccine, both, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So they're going to come and help tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can fold some more clothes, depending on how my arm is tomorrow.
You just lip slapped or tongue slapped or something.
I don't know, but I also squeaked as well at the same time. Yeah.
Lung-wise?
No, I think it's just my vocal cords.
Is that right? I heard your crusty chest this morning.
I got so excited last night because my temperature was low, and then this morning I get really gunky again.
Like, really badly. It's sounds like an infection, doesn't it?
Well,
What it did this
it
morning.
wouldn't surprise me. We've had a week where I've been good.
This is right.
But yeah, with cleaning, obviously, so parents are going to come tomorrow because we're all protected and safe. And then we just got to hope that in a few weeks' time it just gets a little bit safer again, and then we can hire somebody to come in and help. Just once a month to begin with and see how we go. That's what we've been saying for the last 18 months.
Yeah.
But it's just waiting to be able to actually do it. It's just so difficult with this whole COVID crap. But we shall see.
Yeah.
We've ordered some stuff to be able to tidy up, like the plates a little bit tomorrow. I've said to Soph about all the things that we can just see if anybody in the estate wants it. If not, we're just gonna get rid of.
Yeah.
You've not used it in a while, so there's no point in keeping it, in my opinion.
No, exactly. I think that's a lot of the time is our problem, is the fact that, for example, we got new plates a while ago because our plates are really bad.
We were supposed to get rid of the other ones, but it's hard to get rid of stuff.
I couldn't get rid of them because I was just like, well...
They still work.
Yeah, exactly. They work. They're not that great. They've got, cracks and chips and stuff, but they still hold food.
Yeah. And, for us, just chucking something. Like, we're watching a program at the moment in the evenings about people going to like poorer countries and just trying to live their way of life and things like that. And this one that we've just watched, they're like, they wear an outfit once and then they chuck it, and it's like, what? We still wear outfits now that have got holes in. It's like, for us, getting rid of stuff is difficult, and we know that. And I've been like it for as long as I can remember. Soph's been like it for as long as she can remember. And because we're not rich, we're not poor, but we're not rich, things cost a lot. And to just get rid of stuff it's just so difficult.
There's
like
always the thought that if you get rid of it, you will need it.
Yeah.
And
or if
you'll
it's
have to buy it
something
again.
small, it's just like, yeah, but I can still use this little bit on something.
Exactly.
And that's just, it makes it difficult to get rid of stuff, and that's part of our problem.
Like, even in terms of some of the craft stuff, like, there's some craft stuff that we haven't used in a long time, but we can't get rid of it because either it cost us a lot in the first place, or, like, we just can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
We'll need it at some point.
Yep. And then we always think, like, some of the craft stuff's like kiddie stuff, like when we've done stuff with Zach or whatever, and we've just kept it. And then we're just like, oh, well, we hope to have a child soon, but obviously that's taken longer and longer. But it's just like, yeah, but we still want a child. And it's just like, we could buy it again when we have a child, but it's like, why get rid of it? But it's then storing it. And this is just the way our minds work all the time, and it's just difficult. But yeah.
But yeah, so I figured after she's rending. I swear she was awake a second ago.
She was.
Bless her. But yeah, I figured that after
the shit from this morning.
Crying this morning, yeah, I figured there's
I just keep telling her that if it wasn't for the work that she's done for like the last 3-4 weeks, then he wouldn't have been able to have got where he did today, and that she needs to remember that. And it is different because we've been cooped up in this house now on our own, not seeing hardly anybody for 14-15 months. And it takes its toll because we're not going out anywhere, and because we've got nobody coming to visit. Like, we used to use people visiting as an excuse to tidy.
Yeah.
And having no visitors for 15 months, that excuse has been gone. And obviously it's then just got on top of us, and it is difficult to sort mental health, physical health, just the type of people we are in general. Like, I used to be a really tidy person.
I've never been a tidy person.
No. Since I got sick and I've been unable to do things, and it's just got worse and worse, and when I tidy I get migraines. It just makes it so difficult, and it's like...
It's since you've had to rely more on me that it...
Like, she does a lot anyway, and then to then have to clean on top of the care stuff, it's a lot, and people don't realise that. Like, we show a snippet of ourselves on the vlogs and we're just sat here, but it's all these hours in between, and the fact that we stay up so late because my mind can't, like, wind down, and then I'm up super early, and like, it all takes its toll. And Soph then has to do, like, the caring, the cleaning, the cooking, like, all of that stuff, and it just, sometimes it just lands on top of us, and
yeah, it's a lot.
It is. And I know that we can get somebody in, but we're private people. Like, that's stupid because we're on YouTube. But there's a lot that is still private. And to have somebody coming in and tidying certain, like your toilet and your bathrooms and like the kitchen, and do they see what you've been eating and things like that? Like, that's private to us.
Didn't tell you, did I? He went to the downstairs toilet today.
Why?
Because he needed a wee.
Should have told him no.
I was practically crying because of anxieties, and it just fell out my face. It was not clean in that toilet.
Oh well, he saw the rest of the house, babe.
I know.
At least he ain't got to sit down.
This is true.
He was only standing up.
This is true.
Was he masked up and things like that?
he had a mask on. Although, he only just remembered to actually pull it up on top of his face before he stepped in. I answered the door and he was like, he had it under his chin and he was like, "Hi, you alright?"
What people don't realise, when they put it under their chin, the front of the mask folds in. So any germ that is on the front of your mask, which is being stopped from coming in, you fold it down or you lift it up, the outside of your mask is then touching your face and you're then getting the germs. So you can say you're wearing a mask as much as you want, but the second you fold it, it's pointless. You might as well just rub it on your ass and stick it on your face, because that's
very precise, baby.
But it's got shit on it. It's got all the germs that you're wearing it to protect yourself from.
Yep.
So it's absolutely pointless. Just an FYI.
Just in case you're one of these people.
And we've seen people just, oh, it's a little bit dirty on the inside because of this. Oh, just turn it round.
Oh my god, we were so shocked when we saw them doing that.
It's like your point is invalid because you've now just put all the germy side right on top of your face.
Yeah.
So just don't do it. Like, come on, we've been wearing masks now for over a year. I think we all know how to wear one. Well, evidently we don't, but we can try and still put it out there, you know. But anyway, it's gone past 10. I need to start doing my nibs.
Yep.
So thanks for coming on today, us. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.